What's up, you guys? This is Manny from Lost in a Memory, and today I am joined by a very special guest. This is Oliver, the executive producer. He is also a cat. And today we're gonna go behind the scenes of my brand new music video, Song of Yesterday. This is, of course, my song. I wrote, I performed it, I produced the entire thing. I also wrote the screenplay for the music video. I produced it as well and directed it, of course. So for this one, I wanted to tell a story that wasn't so much about me, but that, the story that I told in Song of Yesterday, bring it to life. And I got some incredibly talented actors and filmmakers to help me bring this vision to life. So without further ado, let's get right into the music video. So first we start with this opening shot of the house. This was from an Airbnb that I rented, and it was amazing. It was an amazing location to shoot there. The first person you see in the music video is, of course, me. I serve as the narrator of the music video, even though I come out in for such a short period of time. This is my story told by the actors that you'll see in the next shot. Whenever you see this grainy look where the lighting is more kind of dreamy, this is a flashback scene. So right here where these two, this first shot sets up what kind of relationship these two had at one point. You can tell it's a flashback because then we get this dip to white, and we see our protagonists right here, Alex and Jade, very talented friends of mine who I actually had only known for like a couple of days. Like, I met Alex that same day that we shot this. There's a bit of contrast, whereas the flashback scenes are nice and warm. You can see the warm skin tones. The shots that take place in current day, they have more of a cooler tint. It's a little bit colder to reflect that these two are kind of, falling apart a little bit. Right here we see she's distracted. It's a contrast from the previous shot where she was all, with her hair done and her makeup. Right here she's just just thrown on the couch watching TV. And he wants to cook for her, he wants to please her. So he made her this awesome meal, which, fun fact, I ordered that from Chili's. So of course he didn't cook. That's food from Chili's right there, and it was delicious. We ate it right after we shot these scenes. Right here he's presenting her the food that he worked really hard on. She rejects him, and he doesn't know why. He's like, why are you rejecting me? What's going on? And he gets this flashback to when they were, dating way before that, how they were having a cute interaction. Right here she feeds him, she's laughing. That was actually the first thing that we shot with both of them together. And it's funny because Alex right here, he's a professional actor. He's been in movies on Netflix. Jade here, she's a model. She doesn't have any acting experience, but she did a phenomenal job. Right here he was actually talking to her to get her to open up to him, like in real life. But we took maybe over 40 minutes just to get this shot, and it was great. So right here we see her going upstairs, and she's looking at this phone. This sequence, I call it the cheeky smiles sequence right here. Obviously something has her attention. Alex, our protagonist, didn't have her attention in the scene before. Something in that phone does though. And right here he gets up to investigate, and he gets locked out of the door. Now, this is something that I shot myself on the camera. Originally, right here, it wasn't supposed to cut right here. Right here, we go to the next scene where, in the chorus, he stayed up all night. He's lost sleep. Originally, we filmed the fight scene right here, but our very professional camera guy deleted that footage. A lot of footage was deleted, so I had to make some edits around it, and honestly it turned out way better this way, more concise. So right here he's lost sleep. This takes place in the next morning. Right here he's getting ready to go to work. This was a reshoot. We actually got together about a week or two after the original shoot, and we actually went back to that place. We were no longer renting it, so we were just kind of like outside in the parking lot. I made it a point to make you focus on his tie, because his tie that he wears for work, it plays a vital role in one of the next scenes. We shot this in my car, so the car that he drives throughout the video is actually my it's my Mustang. There was more scenes with it, but not a lot of them made the final cut. So right here we get another flashback scene, because of that dip to white. Again, these guys are having fun. This was one of their first dates. You know, they were already very, very close. And yeah, then we cut to, you know, we get a little break. It's me narrating the video, you know. As you can see right there, I'm wearing yellow and black. That's purposely done because that's the color of the artwork that I also made for the song. In this scene, this is my friend Gibran. So we actually thought of this scene while we were shooting. This sequence is obviously whoever she was texting in the previous sequence. She went out with them, right? In the video, his name is Side Buddy. That's his character name. Very original. He drops her off in the corner, way in the corner. And as you can see right there, she's fixing her hair. She's fixing her outfit. And she looks a little bit worried, like, oh my God, like I hope I don't get caught or whatever. She's obviously hiding something. And then this is like the little, like, more heartbreaking part of the video. We already know what she's up to. We see our main character Alex right here. He set up this beautiful, you know, kind of like romantic, a romantic gesture, because he feels like it's him. Like he feels like I'm doing something to lose your interest, you know. And he just wants her love, right? He wants to keep the momentum going that we see in the flashbacks. So right here, she's wandering she's wondering what the hell's going on, and she sees this and she gets annoyed, you know. At this point, she's basically telling him, I don't want any of this stuff, you know. So the song and the video are telling very similar themed stories, but they do differ a little bit in the theme, you know. Whereas the song doesn't explicitly say that it's a story about one person, you know, perhaps cheating on the other one. It's more of like a toxic relationship. Right here in the video, you know, this is where things, you know, start escalating. He still doesn't understand why he won't accept her. She destroys. This was the heartbreaking part. Not only from, you know, from the storytelling, but we had to film this scene various times from different angles. So I had to, me and my crew right there, we had to reset all the pedals and, you know, make everything look nice again, just so our actress Jade could destroy it again multiple times. And it ended up looking good. Right here, they're getting in an argument, and she, during the part of the song where I say, you said that I crossed the line when I cut off your vines, she kind of, in the video itself, she crosses the line. She physically attacks him. She pushes him. And at this point, he's angry. He's confused. He's angry. So he decides to leave the house. He goes into this closet to pack up his a bag with his clothes. He's not gonna spend the night in the house. She's still destroying his stuff, and she pretty much hates him at this point. And he hasn't done anything bad, right? She grabs the freaking bear, throws it at him, and this is very important right here. This was very tough to convey how important that tie is. As you can see right here, if we slow it down, when she throws the bear, the tie that he had, you know, his work tie that he'll need in the morning, he drops it. And I made sure we shot this, that we focused on that tie landing on the floor. Right here, the second chorus is a little bit more angry. Same lyrics as the first chorus, but with more anger, more emotion, which in the context of this video, it's actually anger. That's my car right there that he gets into, and it was kind of painful, but in this scene, he's very angry, and I had him hit my car and like hit the steering wheel. This was actually a reshoot. The footage that we shot with the original dude that helped me shoot on day number 1. It's part of the footage that he fucking deleted. I had to reshoot it. It's like things happen for a reason, right? Right here's a sequence that we shot at the motel. A few days after the main sequence, he had to go back and wear the same clothes and do his hair the same. And since he's such a meticulous actor, so he made sure he was like, what color of belt that was I wearing? He asked me in advance. I was like, dude, it doesn't matter. Like, we're not going to shoot like we're going to shoot you from the waist up. But he was adamant. He wanted to know what kind of belt, what color of belt he wore in the original shoot. And that's the kind of professionalism that made this video work. I had to drive around and find a motel with brown doors. The reason for that is because in this part where he goes into the motel room, we actually didn't shoot that in the motel room. I made it look like a motel, but it was actually one of the rooms in the house that I rented. You know, you see this light coming in from the outside bouncing off of that door. It's not an actual light from the outside. It's one of my lights that I set up in the hallway to make it look like he's coming into a motel. So that's why I had to find something with brown doors so that this shot right here could match this other shot right here. This mirror shot that I originally had in the script is basically him looking at a mirror, and we're panning from left to right, and he's looking devastated, right? He's pretty much crying at this point. Meanwhile, we get the same shot of the girl Jade right here, except she's getting dolled up for something, you know. So while he's suffering, she's having fun. Right here, we get a shot of the phone. We see that it's already midnight, August 1st, which is when we shot this video. It's our side buddy, it's Buddy saying, hey, I can't wait to see you again tonight. Which, fun fact, that was actually Alex texting her, and he had to text her multiple times so that I could get that part where the phone turns on. And the next shot right here, you know, it's very centered frame. What I wanted right here is when she actually physically turns off the light, it actually makes the shot go dark. And then we go back to our protagonist right here. He's laying down on the bed and he realizes that he needs his tie for work, right? I included this shot again where the tie lands on the floor. Right here it's a little bit more discolored. You know, it only shows the red and the purple of the tie to kind of simulate that, well, to show you that to show the audience that it's a flashback, just in case it wasn't clear. He's pissed. Now he has to go back home. And this is when shit goes down. In this shot, you get the idea that she just cheated on him. When you see all, like, her dress on the floor, you see Buddy right there with his arms wrapped around her. They're obviously sleeping after the fact. The Buddy part is played by my friend Gib. He's a good kid, man. So right here, very different from the actual song. There's a longer pause, so the song fades into this reverb so that you can feel what the character is feeling. If you're seeing this video for the first time, you're just like, oh crap, like something's about to go down, like these guys just got caught. And you know, we get that reaction. We shot this multiple times. At first I wanted a reaction like surprise, you know, so right here he's surprised, he's devastated. Then right here he starts crying. He puts his hand on his face, like, because he doesn't know if like to cry out loud or to hide it, or he doesn't know what to do. It's that visceral reaction. Right here, there's black cuts in between to kind of match the release and the punch of the song. And every time it comes back, we see like the tensions escalating. Right here, he's holding his hair. He's just about to blow up. He's trying not to, but he's about to. And sure enough, right here he blows up. These guys get surprised. And of course, it was a little bit tough to figure out, okay, what would this character do in this situation? Would he beat up this other guy that he caught sleeping with this girl? But in the context of the song, the video, and how, you know, how we had such a short amount of time to work with to convey the story, it was best that he just kicks out the guy, you know, and keeps the focus on her fault for, you know, even starting this fucking bullshit. This scene was hilarious to film. You feel like you don't know what's happening. You're just as confused as these characters. She doesn't know if he's gonna hit her. He's standing over her, as opposed to how it was the other way around in the previous fight, where she was like, she pushed him down onto the bed. So now we get to see him take a more aggressive stance. So you're like, shit, like this guy's gonna beat her up. But no, like the twist here is that he's not giving in to his anger. He's not gonna stoop down to her level, and he just, you know, he's pretty much telling her, how could you do this in our house? And right here, her demeanor changes from, you know, like hating him to like, please forgive me, like I fucked up, like it's not what it looks like, obviously, like how do you get out of this one, right? So right here he's bummed out, he's angry, he's like, he's still conflicted. What I do, you know? I imagine like maybe in his head he's like, what I do, like this is it, like this is where it's all ending. He knocks her away. He doesn't hit her. She reaches out to him and he just like moves her hands out of his face, like get out of my face. And he doesn't turn around, he doesn't look at her. His eyes never see her. At this point right here in the song, it's really heavy, and it's saying you're gonna remain unknown. Basically, like you're gonna be forgotten, you know. Um, and sure enough, this shot at the end right here shows her alone, you know, just all alone in a big house, and he's gone. He walks off into the night. He's obviously hurt, so he conveys that in his walk. He's not just walking, you know, confidently. He walked away from it, but his path is unknown, and that's what this shot right here is meant to convey. I actually shot that with him. Next, so you might think that this next part is a little bit random. This is me singing, you know, reminding you, hey, I'm the one telling you about this story. That was the song that I wrote. The reason why I included that here is to give a break, to give the viewer a short break between the main story and what's going to happen next. So now we cut to this bowling alley, and we see Alex, our main character right here, looking at his watch. He's obviously waiting for something. What could it be? So at this point we see these three guys, which might be a little bit random, but I took this from a bunch of friends of mine, and again, it sucks to say this, but a few friends of mine have gone through toxic relationships where the girl will not let the friend hang out with us, with their friends, right? So this is meant to convey that friends are always going to be there for you, at least your real friends, after a toxic relationship. Even if you kind of like you got taken away from them by this toxic person, they're going to be there. So right there, it's the friends to the rescue. Fun fact, these are actually my friends, and yeah, all of these guys literally all met that day. I called some of my friends. I'm like, hey, do you want to be in my music video? So right here, you know, we see the friends, and they have a heartwarming reunion, you know, like, hey, how you been, bro? We missed you. And it's like they never got separated. So right here we see him getting a little more confidence, little by little, you know, and he's just letting loose of his tragedy, right? His plight, and he's just learning to have fun. There's a fun little cameo right here. The guy in the chains right here that looks very gangster, like very narco Mexican type guy. That's one of my best friends, Ruben. Shout out to Ruben right here. And right here, this shot right here, all the friends are standing with him, next to him, and showing his support. Or like, hey bro, like we missed you. Pretty much, fuck that bitch. The next shot, this was a very tough sequence to do. It looks pretty straightforward, but closing a music video, in my opinion, is the toughest thing in the world. So right here, I wanted to convey him getting better, right? So originally, I was gonna have him working out, showing him getting, you know, into some physical activities. Right here, I made a cameo right there in the background playing guitar. This was actually the very first thing we shot. Well, I mean, the second thing we shot, because the first thing that we shot, again, the videographer guy lost all the footage. It is a little bit cheesy, but it is meant to convey that, hey, things do get better. So right here, he's smiling. He's like, hey, even after all that, there's still smiles to be had. The very last shot right here, again, the toughest thing to do, how to close it. This shot right here where Alex is walking into the night, I reshot it as myself, and it kind of flickers between him and me to kind of like give that viewer like, oh shit, were these the same person all along? If you watch the behind the lyrics of this song, you'll know that I had sort of like an Inception theme going on. So that's, you know, that's meant to, you know, mess with your brain a little bit. There's a little smoke effect that I added right there on the upper left of the building, which I don't know why I did that, but it looks kind of cool. So that was it, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me on this director's commentary of Song of Yesterday. Please check out the full music video. We had a ton of fun making it, and I'm extremely proud of what we made. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell icon so that we can make the next music video even bigger than this one. So you guys, thank you so very much for joining us. Again, this is Manny from Lost in a Memory. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.